Oh yes, microphone.
3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gamer Social Club Weekly News Podcast. We are recording on Thursday. What is the date?
16th.
16th. Thank you. Of April
16th.
2026.
16th.
And we are coming at you live from
New York City.
Stop it, Adam. We are coming from you live from London, having gone to London Games Festival for New Game Plus, the first day of a 2-day event. And we're going to share with you some of our thoughts, some of our highlights. There we go. Oh.
Just showing off a lanyard.
Just the lanyard.
We couldn't afford the lanyard.
No.
So
As always, V is the most professional of all of us. And with that, let's go into intros, of course. I am your host, Harry Glenn-Jones, aka Knavish Crayfish. And with me today, I have, of course, no empathy, only daggers. It's Lady V.
Hello, I'm here. We're in London. This is definitely a non-alcoholic beverage. You can't prove it's not.
And, of course, we have with us, who we haven't had for a long time, so it's great to see him, of course.
Hello.
The greatest showman I know, Adam, aka Oh No No Addy.
Hello.
I know.
I've got my own microphone.
Oh, God.
Hello.
We don't get your intro music.
No, we don't, because we're not on Discord, so I can't bombard you with my, this is the greatest show. But here I am anyway.
There we go.
Good to see you all.
Indeed, yes. So, yeah, we have been spending the first day at New Game Plus,
Yes.
part of the London Games Festival, checking out some really cool indies, and we wanted to share some of those with you today. And again, we'll be doing it more tomorrow, hopefully chatting with some more developers, setting up some interviews, all that good stuff. So, without further ado, who wants to kick us off?
Ooh, me. I'll go first. So, I played lots of games today, and I met lots of lovely people as well, which is
Indeed.
quite nice. And the New Game Plus is in a new venue this year, which is a much better, spaced out. I think.
Yes.
It was the place where I nearly robbed. Retchy Games.
Didn't nearly rob.
I actually robbed. I walked away with his life's work, but he got it back. Obviously, released the game. You should go play Zoe Be Gone. But yes, that particular space felt very claustrophobic in the previous venue, and this one was much better. I think.
Yes.
It's much better spaced out, and there's more games as well this year. Like 90 games or something this year.
A lot more games.
Loads of games.
Loads of games.
96 games. I think there was 70 something last year. So
they've really upped it. And again, like you said, a better floor plan, easier to navigate and find stuff, and in general, I think mostly better organized event as well. I think, generally speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Mostly.
Exhibition White City is a much better venue than I even remember where the one was before, but
Never mind, I can't remember either.
the really brutalist architecture
Yes.
of
Yeah, I don't know.
and
wherever
really
it
awkward
was.
to navigate and get inside and everything. Not great.
Over near the financial district, and the pints were £9.
yes. That's the key. The key indicator is the cost of the pint. They're better here, so
But of course, you're here to listen to us talk about video games.
yes. So you wanted me to pick a game. I was reflecting on the venue, the actual event itself.
No, good call. But no, do you want to start us off with the game?
Yes. Okay. So I played quite a few games. I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games today actually.
Wow.
Yeah. I got a lot more to play tomorrow if I want to try and hit. I want the rewards. You scan your ticket and you get rewards for the games you play. But
That's all Adam wants.
I want the T-shirt. I didn't get it last year. I played so many games. Anyway, so the first game I'm going to highlight is Les Miserables or Les Miserables.
Very good.
Which is it's a parody of the musical Les Miserables, and it's just hand drawn. It's a musical game. So I don't mean it's a game with music. It is like a musical that is a game. It's a point and click adventure. So you are like a convict that's kind of destitute and not dressed well, and you go into the bar in this village and we're not serving you. You think she starts singing. And then she goes, oh, wait, no, you're a convict. We don't sing for convicts. And it's got a lot of humour. And it's hand-drawn. It's really lovely. And it just has a lot of character. And the fact it's called Les Miserables, it's just, it just speaks to me. And I'm, for one, have thought for a long time, there are games that should be more like musicals. I think South of Midnight came close to doing a very good job with that, in particular, the boss fights. And there's that. I always forget the name. Billy, whatever it's called. There's that.
Billy Elliot.
Rainbow Billy.
Rainbow Village, yes,
Oh,
yes.
right, sorry, yeah,
so
yeah,
like when the bosses try to kill you and you're jumping away from him, running towards the screen, and he's singing along, and like that's the sort of like a
Oh, I
musicals
know
type
which one you're
game.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
now I know which one.
So
yes.
like I feel like there's not enough of those.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I understand it's hard to the choreographing the music in time with the interactivity of a game.
Yeah.
So like I understand that that's hard, but yeah, I feel like there should be more out there. And this one looks like it's doing but like a real parody type affair,
Yeah.
and it just looks like a lot of fun. Very short experience demo, but it was like it's coming out in 2027. It's coming out on PC, Switch, and mobile. And we're hopefully going to have an interview with the devs in the future and chat with them about it. But like, it just seemed like a lot of love has gone into it, but a lot of fun as well. The fact they're parodying a very, very famous musical. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
No, it's really cool. As you said, like again, I think what we saw at the show was absolutely like a huge variety of different types of games. You know what I mean? Like that is my drink.
My drink's here. That's his drink.
He keeps doing that. He keeps doing it. He tried to do it with my Guinness earlier.
I got more in my glass. I don't know why I'm trying to steal from other people. I don't know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. I think there is a really cool selection here this year of games, and the same with last year. But yeah, you're really seeing a lot of diverse genres, subgenres, and yeah, as you say, like kind of new stuff that we haven't really seen before, which is really interesting. So yeah, I mean, B, what about you? What would be the first game you want to highlight?
So probably the first game that I want to highlight is a little game called The Restricted Index. This will be backwards because we are filming from a tablet in a bar. It's a little game called The Restricted Index. It's a solo dev game from a man called Joel, and you are the last librarian in the UK under extreme censorship because of outrage of extremely conservative groups. So nothing like what could possibly happen.
No, I mean that's very imaginative thinking.
Nothing that could possibly happen in real life at the moment. You know, when people say that them not being able to shout slurs at people is like 1984, but actually what they are trying to do is like 1984 because they definitely have never read 1984.
Everyone go read 1984, please. An Animal Farm, for fuck's sake.
Communism bad. Wait, no, Stalinism? Wait, what? Fascism? What?
What? Yeah, what?
Media literacy out the window, my goodness.
But no, it was a fantastic game. So there's obviously the standard narrative where you are a librarian. People are not allowed into the library. You have to just find the books based on the piece of paper that they give you, which is their request. But essentially, it's all clue based. So it's not just a piece of paper with that name of the book on it. You have to figure it out based on like maybe the blurb on the back, or based on some of the things that the people have, some of the information that people have given you. But there's also like an overarching puzzle in the background where you can join the resistance potentially, or if you're terrible, start dobbing people into the government for going against censorship laws. But I think the demo that's at London Games Fest at the moment is not available to the public, but it will be after London Games Fest is finished. And hopefully the game should be coming out sometime next year.
Yeah.
But it's solo dev project, so it's early in development.
Yeah.
But would highly recommend people go and check it out after London Games Fest is finished.
Yeah, they said this is the first time they've shown it, like, revealed it to the world, which is really cool.
Some of the overarching puzzles seem very like blueprints. Like, you know, you're going to have to get pen and paper out and make some notes in order to get those other puzzles in the background, which I love. So,
Very cool.
And you? What do you? Yeah?
My game?
Yeah.
I want to highlight first and foremost probably the Deaths of Peck.
Fucking great. It's really fucking good.
It was fantastic. Like I only saw it through the London Games Festival website. It was the first, like when we were looking up what was going to be here, I thought like, well, yeah, let's get an idea of what we're getting into.
Yeah.
Had a look through it all, saw that and was like, oh, that looks kind of fun, interesting. 2D platform, side-scrolling platformer kind of energy. Get kind of hints at like certain types of things like Rayman, but wasn't too sure. And then obviously playing it today and really getting into it and realizing like, oh wow, this is Rayman, this is Abe's Odyssey, this is like, there's got so much cool DNA in it. And the simple premise is you play a little goblin called Peck, who has the ability to die and come back to life infinitely, like for whatever reason. There's no explanation given. It's just,
He's invincible, we don't know why.
Yeah, we don't know why he can. But he wants to use that ability he has to try and help all his goblin friends from being eaten, killed, all sorts of things.
Yeah,
That first level, they're a
That's
big
right.
stew, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Being stewed alive in a big pot by some sort of horrible demon type thing. And so you then have to sort of platform your way through levels, unlocking your friends from cages that are like counted in the corner of the screen, and you're then having to like kill yourself basically in really kind of silly, somewhat macabre, but also very funny ways.
Giant, like, butcher's knives and stuff like that.
Bread knives, butcher's knives, all that sort of stuff. Very again, if you think back to like those Rayman Legends levels where you're running through it, like the music ones.
Yeah.
And
absolutely love that one. Oh, Black Betty.
there we go, exactly. And you're going through things like bigger, it's like you're like running through big food and stuff like that. Has that same level of like, oh, you're a small guy, you're a little guy in a big world. And then you're cutting yourself in half on a knife so that you can then double jump by jumping once, and then your top half will separate and go higher. And then, later on you're getting smashed by a mallet, and then you become like just a big globule of red, like just
You've been pasted.
Exactly, pasted. And you can then glob onto nail heads or onto like wires to slide along them.
Glob on. Glob
Like
on,
that,
baby.
no? Not the correct term?
No, I just did not enjoy the term glob on.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Because that's the technical term for what I was doing there, I believe. Yeah, I believe is what I was doing. But no, great fun. Had a really good time. Had Adam try it out as well.
Ah, yes. I'm sure there's about to be
so good at it.
There's about to be some. There's about to be some B-roll of me doing a very poor job of playing that game. But it takes a minute to get used to because like it's got
I've been playing it for more than a minute.
Yeah, that's what I say. It takes a minute, like as in the length of time. There's a turn of phrase that could be up to 10 hours. Because it's but like the complexity of like you'll split yourself in half.
Yes.
To do a double jump, you have to reform and then bounce off a wall to split yourself in half again on the knife to jump up again. And it just the button presses and combinations just took a minute to get my head around that, I think. And also I clearly have no patience because I had performance anxiety. They were just sat in the corner laughing at me, the whole time.
It's true.
It's true. They were
yeah. And again, we spoke to the devs about it as well. We're going to probably chat with them a bit more tomorrow.
Yeah, they're really cool guys. They've got a great setup as well. Like a real cool booth.
I think we're going to have an interview from the devs tomorrow live from London Game Festival. Yeah. So you guys can look forward to that on the channel.
Indeed, yep. Hope you line that up with them. Yeah. Again, probably my highlight from the show, but a lot of other cool games to get into.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, Adam, why don't we go to you for your second?
Sure. Yes. Another game that I had clocked on the website when London Games Fest website when I was like doing some research because I'm a proper professional and everything.
Clearly.
Was a game called Echo Breakers, and that's I feel like it's a game that's going to piss me off. But not because it's bad, but I feel like it's just infuriate me.
Because he's bad.
Not was good at Echo Breakers. No, it's kind of like a speed running type. The level I played, you've got to try and take out as many. There's like 12 targets in the level, and you've got to take them out as quickly as possible. So you build up momentum and speed, and you like navigate the course. And you try to jump and create shortcuts for yourself.
Yes.
But you've got limited ammo that you collect through the level, so you can do like a special attack that takes out an enemy. But it's like and then you can do normal swipes and you up close and personal. But it's like a 2.5D isometric type view. But it's got one of those. Oh, I've made a mistake. Instant restart. Yes. So as soon as you make a mistake, you're like punishing yourself and just restarting the level. Like I could have done that better.
Yeah.
But they try and get their best score possible. So that's why I think it'll annoy me because I think like I'm just gonna get sucked into trying to get the best score in times possible.
Absolutely.
But it's super fun. It was kind of like a cyber futuristic. I think you are a trainee working in like an environment testing out new equipment. Is the kind of lore about it, and then so you're testing out this new equipment for whatever various nefarious or otherwise ventures that they're getting into. But yeah, so it seemed quite fun. It looked really good fun. And we had a chat with the devs. It seemed really cool. Hopefully get an interview with them lined up as well. I think it's coming out in July this year.
Yeah,
there's a demo available as well. So I would recommend giving that a try if you are a glutton for punishment, I would say. If you want to get the best score ever. I'm fairly sure there'll be some achievements that I want to try and get. I can't because it's like, do this level without fucking it up. And I'm like, I don't really want to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because apparently I can't play games.
I mean, I had to go off.
The footage now.
No, don't insert the footage now. Christ.
Yeah, I had a go at Echo Breaker after you as well. And I dug it. It's not the sort of thing I normally lean into, but yeah, having spoken with the dev afterwards and everything like that, it was fun chatting with him about like, oh yeah, obviously we looked at games like Neon White,
Yes.
I Am Your Beast, but then also the other one we mentioned was Ghost Runner.
Oh yes, yeah.
Which very much feels like a sort of Ghost Runner if it was like pull the camera back,
Yes.
looking down on your character because you're, as you say, you're picking up a weapon on the run. It's only got limited ammo, so you use it when you can, and then you drop it immediately, go on. But there's then also he mentioned little things like, hey, like did you try like attacking behind yourself as you're running?
I did, yeah.
And things like that. So it's like they've really thought about like trying to keep your momentum.
And it feels really slick as well. There's like certain elements. Like I say, I only played like at one level, but like repeated, trying to do better. But there's certain like textures on the floor is like pink, and it's really it's smoother, and you skate around, and it feels really slick, and it's really cool.
Did you know you could mantle? Did you even try?
Oh, in the game?
Yeah. Not in real life. Show us now.
Yes, I did, because I tried to jump at enough speed, so I just reached the edge and it climbed up.
Yes, yeah. I do like that. The fact that you look at the course, obviously. At first, you're like, you follow the course, and then you think,
there's a way to be quicker here.
Can I jump up? And you can, and you're like, okay, cool. That cuts off 3 seconds or whatever. Really, really good. You keep doing it.
My drink's here.
I'm going to finish my drink so that you can't, for my own safety.
It'd be worse if I just went like this and try to get beat. It's not the same drink.
Well, I mean, that would also compromise your safety.
Oh, yeah. If you don't see a murder live, that would be what you do.
At some point, you'll just like walk away from, or go off screen, come back with somebody else's drink from another table.
Let's get a drink.
Where'd you get that pina colada?
Oh, is that Dancing in the Rain?
There it is. Right. Lady B, give us your second game, please.
Okay, so I think my second game is a game called Case Solved: The London Files.
Oh, that's good, that.
Which was described to me as a zebra-style deduction game. So I don't know if I've ever heard them called that before, but if you've ever bought like a big book of random puzzles, you sometimes get the ones where it has all of the little check boxes like layered up, one on top of the other, with like people in one bit, room, like murder weapon, etc., etc. And you, through a process of elimination, through the clues that you get, you can fill in the boxes, and then that allows you to fill in the other boxes to say who's done this.
Okay,
So it's the very, very similar logic to Case Solved: The London Files. Super charming. So you're a detective going through your cases, but everything's almost like it's like stickers on top of like a really painterly sticker booky background. And when you talk to someone, it will come up like a little image of what they're talking about. So it's like a matchbook, and then you can find the matchbook on the background and then click on it, and then you'll get a clue from finding the matchbook.
Nice.
But if you talk to them again, they'll tell you the location of where it is, so you can click on it if you can't see it and things. So,
That's fun.
yeah, it's relatively simple. There's a hidden cat in every level, which if you find the hidden cat, then you get a hint.
Oh, nice.
You can use if you,
now, isn't it?
well, yeah. They're not that well hidden, but I don't think they need to be that well hidden for Mark. He's just like, oh, a cat?
He's just finding cats in real life now.
But they give you a hint that you can use if you're stuck on one of the puzzles. I got to play through the full of the first case, and it starts off like very simple. You have 3 suspects. You have to figure out who they are and what they were doing in that specific area. And then it gets more complicated as you go through the case. So the next time was like same 3 suspects. It's like what they were doing, what their motive for the murder might have been, but also like if they have an alibi, I think, and then just goes its way up, and then it's really, and you get 4 suspects, you get 5 suspects, you get whether or not they're innocent or guilty, and if there's evidence to support their alibis, you go through. But
are you a character in this game as well? Like,
you're the detective.
You play a detective, or
You play
is it just
the-
like you're on screen?
No, you play the detective.
So you're a
Yeah,
character.
you play the
Could
detective.
do you know if you can be involved? Did they mention anything about maybe the detective being a possible witness? Or just
No. So unfortunately, the devs for this weren't here today. It was just it was the lovely PR people from Secret Sauce
Secret Sauce.
who have
lovely.
been lovely. And I mean, we played quite a lot of their games today.
Yeah, we did actually. Yeah.
And they were all fantastic. But yeah, I think Case of London Files is one of my favourites. It's also got a demo coming out later on this year. Really excited to play it when it comes out.
Yeah.
You mentioning Secret Source is a really good thing as well, because again, Echo Breaker was another one that's been
Secret Source,
by them. And the really cool thing that they talked to us about, I don't know if they mentioned it to you guys, was the fact that right now, Secret Source are really going for this thing of like weekend games. It's your other game that you're playing when you're not playing your main game, which I think is a really clever approach. You know, sort of we're offering kind of smaller experiences. You know, that you can just dip in and out of. Echo Breaker is absolutely designed for that to a T. But I feel like, again, like Case solved. I was about to say Case closed. It's like, Case solved. Yeah, that again feels like one of those where you dip in and out for those particular like one-off. Like,
do one case, move on, or I can't imagine it's specifically that long.
Yeah.
Just given how the puzzles and stuff are laid out, so you could probably just really chill Sunday afternoon, play through the full thing, feel very accomplished because you've achieved something over a weekend instead of just bed rotting.
Yes.
Not that I would do.
No,
never.
No, not at all. No. But no, that's it. Like, I think that's a really cool thing to kind of aim for and again, like, position your games as like we're not trying to be in competition with a big AAA or
we don't. No one needs to be the next Crimson Desert. People are still trying to get 8 hours in to see whether or not they think it's good or not.
It's true.
Like we all have lives, man. I can't spend 200 hours on a game.
Very true. Yeah. I'll go on to my second game.
Yes.
And I think for me, I'm going to highlight Dark Scrolls, which some people may have already seen a bit of, because I think it's been at a couple of showcases. It's a Devolver Digital is publishing, and it's a really fun, very hectic, chaotic, side-scrolling kind of. I guess what do you say? I'm also talking to you because you played it with me, so I'm kind of looking for you for like.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Adam's mic from him.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Because Adam had actually just found this really fun new game. No one has ever heard of it, called Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
My backlog is 1,800 games. I can't play every game.
He forgot he played Bloodroots and completed it.
Yes, I've done it. It's fine. I've 1,000 G that mother.
So the first time he'd ever held Steam Deck playing Enter the Gungeon.
What the fuck is with the Steam Deck? Why are the buttons so on the edge? Jesus Christ.
But no, we did both play Dark Scrolls.
Yes. And it was good fun.
It was very good fun.
It was pretty hectic.
Very unforgiving at certain points of it. It's a co-op. It's your game, so you tell the people at home what it is.
Tell the people at home.
Yeah, tell the people at home what it is.
It was. Oh my goodness. It's a 2D single player or co-op. I think 2-player side scroller. I don't think I mentioned it.
No, I think it goes up to 4. I think so. They didn't have 4 there. But I'm sure when we looked at it on Steam earlier on last week, actually, I think it might have went up to 4.
Yeah. They also had hooked it up to a Super Nintendo.
No, they put fake Super Nintendo controllers into a PC.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah.
Good fun. Definitely caught the vibes.
We'll put the photo up so you can see what it looks like.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's fun, it's wacky, it's quite chaotic.
You can be a dog.
You can be a dog, you can be a black mage, you can be a warrior, and I think it's a chef, that's right, yes. But whole point is you're going from left to right as the level continuously scrolls slowly behind you, so you have to keep ahead of it.
Yeah.
Fighting monsters, knocking out blocks that get in the way, because you can only jump a certain height, but then you can do a dash.
You can do a double jump, yeah.
Or a double jump, as it were, so you can go higher or go across. Mm-hmm. I was playing the black mage, and I could do a sort of.
No one's surprised.
No surprise. But I could do a sort of, a magical missile kind of attack. And then you were playing...
Dog.
Biscuit the dog. The dog.
So I could bark.
You could bark, exactly.
Or I could jump dash into things, which was
yes. And you would then reach, by the end of the level, you'd then reach a kind of
There's a boss.
There was a boss. That took a while because I was on my own at that point, unfortunately.
Yeah, I had died, and we could not figure out how to res you.
It didn't seem to be a res kind of feature. Of,
I assume there is one.
Yeah, we just
because I had managed to get health back, but I was still just a little ghost.
Yeah.
That could do nothing.
Yeah.
But get in the way. and it was great fun to get in the way.
Yes,
during
had
the
that
boss
sort of energy.
fight.
Which Mario game is it where one of you can be like the guy who puts blocks on the screen and the rest of them are all playing as characters? So you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It really has that energy of like you can just mess.
No.
No.
I think it's Super Mario Bros.
You're on.
Like Wii or something.
You're on the right
like
track.
that,
Yeah. It's that one because it's the idea that one of you can like put blocks on the screen to help people platform, but you can then also just like slap them above them when they're trying to jump. Just screw with them.
It's a good point of reference is the Mario game because the levels where the screen was just chasing you basically.
Yeah.
Like it's not that.
It is.
That.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
yeah,
then,
very retro, very Super Nintendo inspired, which is why they had
absolutely.
the fake SNES controllers, which I was very excited about. And to be fair, they were fun, but had no weight to them at all. And I remember a Super Nintendo controller, and I'm not saying they were weighty, but I'm surprised this thing had any electronics in it
I know.
at all.
Yeah.
Like, you could have thrown this at someone, they wouldn't have noticed it hit them.
Shout out Kes McDonald, obviously who wrote the book Super Nintendo. I'm currently reading it right now. I have literally just read a bit about how when they were designing the original NES, and then they pulled apart like every other games console in existence, and then purposely made it so that it wasn't like them. Like it didn't have circuit boards and stuff like that in it. It's just like, oh my goodness! Like they did everything.
Wait, you're telling me I remember the Super Nintendo controllers being heavy because I was 5, and not because they were super heavy?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know. But it was great fun. We had a really good time. The other mechanic I'll really quickly mention is the idea that you collect coins as you go through it. You and then spend the coins at a shop, and then you unlock like passives that you unlock by reaching a certain star level throughout the game. So that then they become active once you hit that level, which is cool. I never saw that actually happen. They weren't that good at it.
We didn't have enough money.
No, we didn't have enough money. But maybe go back tomorrow and try it out again and see what we do.
Yeah, if we're not playing one of the other 96.
Indeed. We've still got more to go through. So, with that said, why don't we do one more game each? Yeah? All right. Well, in that case, Adam, you give us your final game.
Yes. I'm going to shout out Ragdoll Physics Experiment, which was...
Fun times.
It is exactly how it sounds. It's kind of like Portal. It's got a vibe of Portal in that you are basically a ragdoll dummy type thing, and 63% of them fail the first drop. And you get dropped into this arena, and then you have to kind of make your way through a number of kind of puzzles just to get this. Just a tutorial you play, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's just like a commenting gentleman he kind of had a vibe of. Is it Matt Berry from the IT?
Yes.
He had a vibe of that. He didn't sound like him, but he had the vibe of it.
Yes.
Commenting on how terrible you're doing. There's like a bit where one of the puzzles you get towards the end of the demo was you have to try and get a ball to roll through a set of tubes. One of them's moving up and down, and then you had to like line up the other tubes on either side of it, and then time it. So you can go into what you call it physics mode, where like they then sets off the boulder in 3 seconds. So you got to time it, and it lines it up, and it hits another dummy that's sat there waiting to be hit by a boulder. And I failed it twice. It goes, it looks like you failed enough times to unlock cheat mode, and then you.
I'm sorry. I just want to point out as we are in
Putt Shack. Shout out to Putt Shack.
Because we played some mini golf.
Before,
Adam then had a real life experience of this when he failed to putt his ball in 6 shots.
The game is rigged. Golf is shit. Fuck Tiger Woods.
And the thing that came up on the screen was
wasn't that difficult.
That wasn't that difficult.
But no, the vibe is of Ragdoll Physics Experiment is really fun. So it's got a very Portal thing. I get the idea. There's going to be lots of rooms like that where you're trying to solve puzzles and use physics and that sort of thing.
Test chambers.
Yeah. I mean, I found the controls difficult because I am not a mouse and keyboard person.
Yes.
It's also bad at games.
No, because mouse and keyboard is a stupid way to play games. Just put it out there. Give me a fucking controller. They just wasn't set up for it at this point. It's not due out for another year. The guys were lovely. I think they're from Australia, that area, and they were great.
That area.
Well, I don't. Yeah, exactly. That continent.
Also bad at geography.
I don't have a degree in geography. Shout out to Fraser, who's down in that area.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so it was good fun. It was really good fun. I think they said there was a demo coming soon. Worth checking out. Definitely a good laugh, and it's got a real good personality about it, and I really enjoyed that. Yeah, there's quite a few games actually I played today that had like a good personality, vibe and stuff like that. Like Les Miserables was another one of those.
I think that's what indies kind of go for a lot of the time now as well, because it's a great way you can distinguish yourself from other things. Because often with like AAA and stuff like that, they feel the need to be taking themselves seriously. Yeah, exactly. Whilst you can then it'd be like, well, we're going to do the game that they're doing, but we're going to have a funny guy doing it.
Yeah,
whatever, in that respect. So that I think really works quite well. But yeah, it looked fun because I was playing something else next to you whilst you're playing that, and look at you having a good time. V, can you give us your final game?
Yes. So my final game is a game called Remote Control. So if you have tuned into any previous podcasts or Girl Pods, you will know that I love typing. I just really like typing. I'm like super into it. I'm just a massive nerd, like big old nerd. So Remote Control is it's a typing game, but not in the way like touch typing or typing would be that I've spoken about before. It's like an proper old school adventure game in which you type what you want your character to do. So it's like walk forward, interact with this, inspect this. So if you ever, and we did have a conversation also about Black Ops earlier today.
Yes.
If you've ever unlocked Zork in Black Ops, the text adventure, it's very that. But obviously it has very cool pixel art visuals and stuff like that behind it. And yeah, you are not necessarily a lone survivor. You are in a test facility and something has gone seriously wrong. And you're trying to find your way through this facility and figure out what has happened. Had a good conversation. So it's a dual dev team who also love typing. So I'm like, yeah, more typing games, please. Please do it. But the dev that I was speaking to today, and hopefully we will have a live interview with them, so we're going to go and talk to them again tomorrow. But the dev that I was talking to today was like, oh wow, this is the biggest thing is watching what people type into the box of what they're trying to do, because they've not necessarily thought about it right up until this moment. But yeah, super interesting, almost immersive sim, like, because you're trying to do different things with what you're typing.
You're seeing it on the screen as you're doing it. That's
Yeah.
the thing, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a text-based game where it's literally
No,
just text.
it's like the text box at the side, but you're like, you can see the door in front of you as you're trying to figure your way how to get through the door. You can see things behind you as you're trying to get your way through that. So yeah, it's really interesting. I'm excited to play some more of it and excited to make my way through more of the demo and excited for it to come out, which I think they said they're also aiming for 2027. Because it's pretty far into development, and again, I do believe there is a demo that will be available. So if you like text-based games, if you like typing games, you like deduction games, would highly recommend. There you go. Your last one.
Yes, I'll bring it home if we want. And I'm going to do that with a game the first game I played today, which was The Florist.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you checked it out as well, didn't you?
Checked it out as well. It's good fun.
Yeah. I was really, really impressed with this. One, I think it's a visually stunning game.
Yeah, it looks great.
Really,
it looks really good.
Unreal 5, I double checked with the devs about that.
Right,
Yeah. And again, I think another Australian dev, funny enough.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because actually the devs weren't there.
They weren't there.
It was a representative.
That's right. Yeah. So, really cool premise. You are a young girl, or sort of a young woman who is at least in the demo we played, in a house or some sort of building that's completely overgrown with
like flowers. And
stuff. Really
She's,
beautiful, exotic flowers.
She's trapped in the flowers.
That's right. That's right. And she gets out, and then it's very much a old school Resident Evil. Fixed camera,
tank controls,
like through and through tank controls.
It's weird though, because like the tank controls weren't what I was expecting. Because like up is always forward, regardless of what room you're in. So like that was really threw me for a minute.
No. I think the problem that a lot of games have now when they do tank controls is that they don't also have the fixed camera angle.
Yes,
tank controls make sense with a fixed camera angle.
Yeah.
They're super difficult to put into a game correctly when you don't have a fixed camera angle.
Yep, completely.
To do retro stuff, people will put tank controls, but a free moving camera, and then I'm
really
like, I
hard.
don't know where I'm fucking going.
This is not helping me at all. No. Yeah, and again, it was. Yeah, you're right. It took a little bit getting used to,
Yeah.
but
Very quickly though, like talking
Yeah.
a couple of screens, like
yes, and again, relating it to Resident Evil, there are definitely a lot of similarities, but also differences that the devs wanted to make clear as well. Like, again, as far as we're concerned, there was no combat. Obviously, it was
No.
purely just.
It was just an intro depth, like the first 5 minutes.
That's
or so,
it.
wasn't
Yeah. So we were exploring, finding items and things like that. Did you find the way? You found the way out as well, didn't
Oh
you?
yeah. Good.
Yeah.
And then there's that little teaser of the enemy.
Yes.
Like you have this, like what you would assume what would be a zombie in Resident Evil,
Absolutely.
but it's covered in flowers, like really pretty, colourful, vibrant flowers, which makes it all the more unsettling.
Yes.
When it's bearing down on you up the stairs, you're trying to get out. You're
Yeah.
like, holy
Yeah.
shit! This thing, this chrysanthemum's gonna murder me. I don't know.
My begonias, no.
Not the marigolds.
But you're right. It does a really interesting thing where, of course, you're expecting like the whole place to be just like decaying, rotting, all this
It's
stuff.
just really pretty.
And it's gorgeous, unsettling. You're seeing like corpses that you would otherwise see like rotting, but they're actually kind of almost like preserved within the flowers.
Yeah, wrapped in the flowers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it really gives this kind of like eerie. Kind
Whoever
of
runs this funeral business is quids in, I swear. Like, it's just not gonna lie.
But yeah, it was really fun to play that, and again, it was cool to see it to be quite immersive. You know, a lot of investigating and things like that, using items. And again, they were also like, we wanted to streamline it a little bit. So I can imagine it being a shorter title than you might from Resident Evil, because they're not doing like the item management and stuff like that. They were very clear on that. They were like, we want to remove that element, so you've only got the select items you find, and they're at the bottom of your screen. You just use them.
Yeah,
that's it. We're not bogging people down and like, oh, I need to, if I want to carry more ammo, I need to get rid of a herb, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
No, we want to focus on the investigation, looking at the environment, all that sort of stuff, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you haven't tried it, but
I haven't tried it, but it does sound very interesting.
Yeah.
It sounds, and again, I didn't actually see it. I didn't go past it and have a look, but it makes me think a little bit of like Crow Country or something like that. Like very those old school PS1 survival horror games, which are pretty in vogue at the moment, but are always pretty good fun. So
100%.
I really liked going when she opens the door. She actually goes through the door.
Yes.
Rather than the door animation of the old Resident Evil. Like
yes.
Yeah, a nice touch I liked.
That's it. Yeah, real good attention to detail, everything like that. Yeah. I think it was really, really fun. And yeah, hope to talk with the devs a bit more about that, whether it's tomorrow or afterwards. You know, or again, they weren't there. So what I'm saying, it will be afterwards. It will be
Definitely
afterwards.
Yeah. They're already in tomorrow.
That's it. Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll go with those as our highlights on the first day. Yeah. Anything else we want to share?
No, just you're both terrible at mini golf.
That's true. You did win.
She won.
The first round.
She cheated.
She did win the first round. But there we are.
How did I cheat?
I don't know.
We'll figure
I'm
out.
just angry and bitter, obviously.
Let him have this.
No, she won. She absolutely smashed it as well.
But there we are.
I came second. Just saying.
This has been the first half of this week's Gamers Social Club Weekly News Podcast. We are obviously going to go back in for day 2 tomorrow, play some more games.
Yes.
Maybe get some, as we said, live interviews and things like that. And I think that's going to be us. Finished.
We're going to go and play more golf.
We're going to play more golf.
Play more golf.
Eat some food, drink some beers.
Sounds good. But yeah, I won't even bother with the sign out because we're going to do some more. So take it easy, guys.
Can we do a new sign off? We love you, motherfuckers.
I hate that. I hate that. We'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everybody. We are back for the second half of our podcast for this week. We, of course, are still here at New Game Plus for London Games Festival. We've just seen a whole bunch of other games, and we're going to tell you some of our picks from it, I think. And, of course, I'm here with Adam.
Yes.
Mark has joined us for the second day. V is on camera. And, of course, myself, Harry, is your host.
Hello.
Yeah, let's not waste any more time, and we'll get into the games. Mark, since you are obviously only here for today, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a really good day getting down here for London. Obviously, you guys have had 2 days, but seen a lot of games in the over here on a Friday. So to kick us off, I guess as a proud Brummie, I've got to kick us off with Cohen 1913, which is a game I've discovered today. Which I think the easiest way to describe would be is Peaky Blinders 1930s set in Birmingham, my hometown, Hotline Miami. And I never knew I needed this in my life until today. But as someone from the second city here in the UK, we have God Save Birmingham coming out. God Save Birmingham. God help Birmingham. God Save Birmingham coming out in the near future. But to see another game in my home city is really exciting. Experiencing Hotline Miami for the first time over the last few months. Wild experience, absolutely nuts to evolve a game. Sat down to check this one out today, and it kind of what I expected was something a bit more of like a strategy-based game. But as soon as I got in the hand of the Tommy Shelby lookalike, it was straight away pick up a baseball bat, smash some guy's face in, drop that, pick up the Tommy gun, mow down about 3 guys through a wall, and it instantly felt like I was playing Hotline Miami again. But that was a really good time. So, yeah, I was speaking to the developers today. They think they'll have the game out within about the next 18 months, which I think was a common theme of today.
Nice.
The next 18 months was pretty much everyone we spoke to. But yeah, anything that comes from Birmingham, I'm really great to see. Normally, a lot of UK culture is, but London focused, a little bit of Manchester. But Birmingham's on the map now, and with kudos to the Shelby family. So yeah, that was a really good first one for the day, guys, and plenty more to talk about as well.
Nice, very cool. Adam.
Yes. Hello.
Why don't you give us your first one for today?
First one today, I'm going to go with Smash and Grab, which is is it Iron Blood Iron? It's like that where you've got like it's.
Yes, I know
you've got to try and run through a level, and you go as smartly as you can, killing folk. You're like a robot, a bit like he's like dressed in like the 1920s. He's like a big robot mech, but he's dressed in like braces and a hat. You know what I mean? He's really a dapper looking robot, and he's got a raccoon buddy, and you're like robbing banks and museums and stuff like that. So you can throw your raccoon again to like deactivate switches that will get rid of lasers. And you basically try and get a flow state going where you're running through, taking out enemies, smashing through walls because you're a big funky robot, and then throwing raccoons at enemies to drag them towards you and stuff like that, and just stealing all the goodies, finding jewels and diamonds that you get ranked and how well you perform. It's super cool. It's got a very cool like big band soundtrack, and the animation style. For those who remember the Batman animated cartoon from the 90s. That was a big inspiration for them. I was speaking to the devs for that, and they were saying that was one of their influences. That and Samurai Jack was an influence.
Very cool.
So that was very fun. It just looks like it's got a good vibe. It was really fun. Yeah.
Aesthetically, that game really stood out. I thought it was really cool. Yeah. My first pick for today would be Outclaw, which is a sort of third-person platformer creature collector game. You're this little white cat-like creature that's exploring these really kind of like, almost like surreal, like floating environments in like some sort of void space area, covered in like bright crystals and things like that. And you're running through these environments, platforming across it, basically like freeing these little things called shades, like your little minion characters that then will like help you to stand on the platform that you need to have them open something that you can go through, or they'll help you in combat, fight enemies, and you can like order them to go and attack, and they'll have different attacks depending on what type of shade they are and things like that. I had a really good time with it. Finished the first the demo, the intro level, it seemed like, and immediately after finishing it went and spoke to one of the developers, lovely guy who when we were talking about it, I was like, oh, this the minion system reminds me of Overlord, and immediately was like, that's exactly why we did it, was because we loved the Overlord system with the minions and the different behaviors they'd have and different things like that. And we just, no one's making them anymore. So we just thought, let's be the guys to make like the next Overlord style game and everything like that. And I thought, one, really fun, cool aesthetic, easy to pick up with the controls, really easy to like call your minions back, send them to do things, all that sort of stuff. And like fun collectibles. You couldn't do it in the demo, but he said you can like change the appearance of your shades. You can customize them a little bit, that sort of thing. And yeah, I had a great time with it. Definitely something I look forward to playing more of. Yeah, Outlaw, really, really cool. Let's swing it back to Mark, why don't we? Yeah?
Yeah, so the second one for me is got to be what I think is probably my favourite game I've seen today, and again, a game that I didn't know existed until being here. It's Astroburn. So Astroburn is a side-scrolling shooter, very much a kind of Gradius influence, well, like Gradius, I guess, would be like a good inspiration.
Definitely, yeah.
But I'm not like a big shmup fan. But when we were here last year, I got my hands on and went to review Platypus Reclays. So like a really good, side-by-side shooter. But Astroburn is very cat focused. It feels like you're on a bit of a trip playing that. And we're going to have a really good interview with the developer Has, on our YouTube channel in due course. But this is, a very, very small game. Has was a developer, like a visual developer on the Dune films before he took a year away from that to create the game, which is absolutely wild. Like what a journey. So he started as a solo developer and he's kind of upscaled a little bit. This is going to be a really big game for him, we hope. But Astroburn, bananas, side-scrolling shooter. You play as a cat with lots of different abilities, lots of different pickups. There's a really cool screen wipe mechanic. So when things get, you can build up your meter. When things go a little bit tough and your eyes start to fall out, your eyes start getting slight-minded. You can tap that B button if you've got it built up and wipe everything off, and that's a really good palette cleanser. But what I really loved about this game today, as a physical media fan, is that even though it's a PC game, they're going to be releasing the game in what's like a SNES cartridge with a pop-out USB stick. So this is a PC physical game that you're going to be able to pop into your PC. Pass the SNES cartridge onto your friends, give it a big blow on the way if you want, like old school way. But the gameplay is really, really, really solid. It feels really tight. I played on the hard difficulty, and I watched someone playing on extreme, which looks absolutely bananas. But I think there's going to be, a really approachable shmup here. But if you're looking for something a bit more hardcore, then this could be for you too. And the guy we were speaking to, he was saying he's really engaged with his community, and he's had a lot of feedback, including not enough cats. So he's threw cats and more animals in. And the first boss that we fought was a massive panda with mech legs. I mean, okay, it was cool. But the game seems really tight. I'm not a massive fan of the genre, but this is something I definitely think I could play. And there's a playtest coming up. I think it's going to be, something really approachable for the shmup community. And really happy to see how that turned out. And please do check out our full interview with him on our YouTube channel in due course. But solid game. Probably the best game I played today.
Awesome. That's really cool, man. And again, to your point, this is not a genre that you're immediately, gravitating to. But you've tried out, as you said, Platypus Reclaid last time, and then Astroburn. Yeah. The fact that you're these games are great, and you can see through it, you recognize how good these are, despite the fact they're not a genre you're into. Speaks volumes, I think, for all those games, which is really cool. Adam, give us your second game.
Second game was going to be Bogdan's Cross, which I think has been on a few online showcase. I think it was on the Future Game Showcase, and the last one that they had there. And it looked intriguing when it was shown there, but then got to play it, didn't even clock it for the first day. And saw it. That middle bit is really busy, and I saw it there. And it's basically set in a medieval France, the 1300s. And you play as all of the characters bears and stuff like that, and the enemies are these really kind of evil-looking crows or ravens sort of thing. And so it's kind of we'll play the tutorial, obviously, but it's very kind of religion-heavy focus. So you pray to get your health back and stuff like that. But it's got the animation style's kind of lays into slightly stop motion.
Yeah,
so it's really cool to watch and play. And then it feel like it's a hack and slash type one. You're fighting enemies that are these maniacal birds and stuff like that. You just work through it, and you have a lot of flashbacks to your training. And I think Bogdan is the character you play, and he just doubts himself a lot. The voice acting was kind of, it felt really good. Especially the evil enemies, it was just maniacal. It It was really cool.
That's
But that was just a pleasant surprise because I'd seen it, I thought that looks interesting, and then I actually got to try it out. It was like, oh, that seems like quite fun. Still got to play more of it, obviously, but yeah, it looked cool for first go ahead. Yeah.
awesome. My third pick is going to be a game called Horde LLC. It's a sliding block puzzle game where you're basically moving different parts of a labyrinth maze around to create a safe path for your kind of friend Manny the Minotaur, who's part of this like corpo structure within dungeons and stuff like that. Sorry, Manny. Barry. Oh really? Oh gosh, why did I get Manny from then? Manny the Minotaur. That's what I thought. I don't know where I got that from then. Barry.
You love alliteration, right? So
That's what I would have thought. But no, Barry. Apologies. Barry the Minotaur, who you're sort of helping. He's taking you through like a. It's meant to be like a sort of new employee video, as it were. Sort of introductory type thing. And so there's like the loudspeaker saying like, oh, you've got to do this next, Barry, and that sort of thing. And then it takes you into the game, and you're leading him through different levels. You come across like other members of the team, like a mimic chest is one of them, called Franny, if I remember correctly. And like you're then introduced like new different types of like hazards and stuff throughout the dungeon. So they start off with spikes on the floor that when you move the pieces around, the spikes will come in and out of the ground according to like when you move them, sort of thing. So you have to then try and line up your path as well as make sure that all the spikes are down when it's ready. Otherwise, they can't go through. It's dangerous. Yeah, so really interesting doing that. Really fun kind of narrative going on there with like the corpo aspect and people having to meet their hours and clock in on time and that sort of jazz. All whilst you're then trying to create the safe path in as few turns as possible to hit like the star counter for each level and things like that, that sort of thing. So again, loads of replayability, loads of going back and trying to doing it better than you did and that sort of stuff. Had a good fun time with that, good laugh, and it was a bit different. I love a sliding block puzzle game. Never seen one like this before, and I was like, this is cool. I like this. This is really fun. Do either of you guys have another one you want to highlight?
Another one, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you have another one?
No, you go. I'll grab you.
Give me the order, that's all. Just the order.
So I think a third one that I want to highlight in a game we lucky enough to have an interview opportunity with today with the developer Javier. So the third one is Rewilders, which is a game that's coming to Steam and hopefully to consoles in the near future. So it's going to be launching in early access later this year. There's a third playtest starting on Monday. So players that have had a chance to play before will start to see all these kind of mechanics intertwine. But Rewilders is an approachable roguelike. I guess roguelite would be a right term. And for somebody who's not the biggest... About 40 degrees is approaching it.
He's not well.
He's struggling.
He's struggling. He's like roguelite.
Not the biggest rogue kind of game person here, but this is very soft rogue elements. So you play as a girl called Abby, who starts on a drop ship for every round, and every time that you drop off, you'll be entering a biome, and the biomes will start to kind of fill with colour as you start to clear them out. So there is a kind of like a clear out, not really Far Cry kind of thing, but you'll be clearing out the biomes, and as you clear out the biomes, you will be unlocking animals and like a creature collector kind of mechanic. And the creatures can be taken on different runs. They'll allow you new abilities. There is very soft kind of souls like rolling and RT hitting and mechanics, and lots of parrying as well. But it does seem to kind of blend a lot of mechanics from different genres together in a nice way. It's like a whimsical art style, which was really nice to look at. And as you do clear out parts of the biome, the colours that blossom and fill things up are really lovely. We're playing in the green space, and the initial early access launch is going to have 3 different biomes. But it's going to grow over time, and depending on funding for the game, of course, we'll see how that grows to be more. But the animals and the creatures that you unlock with the different abilities are going to be biome focused. So there'll be fire creatures, there'll be water creatures, like kind of elemental bases. But yeah, again, not my genre, but there's a lot to be seen here. Managed to clear out a few different areas. The combat feels tight, but there's lots of different like permanent abilities that you can unlock quite easily. So for people who are a bit put off, like things like Hades, where you lose your abilities rather quickly after a run, there's lots of perma unlocks here.
Yeah.
I can see you guys laughing. Like Hades is not my jam. I need to retain some of my gains from my attempt here. I need to feel like that last 30 minutes of my life was worth it. But I feel like there could
Get
be
good scrub as well.
I feel like Rewinders could be like a soft entry into a roguelike space. And yeah, there'll be a good interview with the developer on the site in the next few days as well.
Awesome. Very cool. Go on, Adam. Give us your last one.
My last one is a game called Museful, not Muse Cat. I just combined the developer and the title of the game.
Yeah.
Museful. It's not because it has Muse in the title. My favourite band.
No.
It's a Metroidvania, and you play as like a robed cat-like creature, and it looks like a cat. It's what?
Lizard. Is it chameleon?
No, it's a lizard. It's not a lizard. It looks like a cat.
That's what I thought it was. I said chameleon. He said yes.
Well, it looked like a cat to me. I don't know. They're called the stealth cat. I don't know. Anyway, it's a lizard apparently, and it's a robed one anyway. And you're you have the ability to that you have like it's very much about color theory, and it's about you can like create where you walk. It's all black and white the whole game, and then as you go through it adds color to the what you landed on.
You change colour.
It makes sense now. I just thought it was like, we need more cats, so we'll make it a cat game. The studio's called Nostalgia Cat. I don't know what you want from me. Anyway, so there was lots of colour being added as you walk through it, and it colours the environment, which is a really nice effect. But you'll explore and get new abilities and stuff like that, and it's just really fun to like to traverse and explore, and you collect these chroma by killing enemies and defeating them, and then you meet this girl, I forget her name, Lizzie, I think maybe, and she becomes. It's probably not. It's like Barry. And then she gets the ability to fire as well, so you get she can get like a bit of a shooter, and you get new abilities and skills. There was a guy who was going to sell me the color surfing ability, so you could traverse like more neatly, but I didn't get to that because I didn't have time. But yeah, it was really fun. Lovely art style and animation. It looks really cool. Spoke to the devs afterwards, and they seem really cool and down there. So we'll hopefully have an interview with them in the future at some point. But yeah, a really, really nice looking game, and I'm looking excited to play more of that. But again, another 18 months or so before we get to see that. But yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah, there were quite a few games at this. I think there were 2027.
2027 or beyond.
Yeah. A few were going into early access. Again, I checked out Witchspire, which only last night announced its early access release on June 10th at the Galaxy Showcase. So that was fun to check out. Again, third person, solo or co-op up to 4-player, sort of open world, magic-based adventure game with some like crafting and stuff into it. They basically say like light survival. Like you're not worrying about like your food and anything like that, but you're making a cauldron to then cook your ingredients to make like, healing potions for yourself, or like, for your pets, like the animals you collect along the way as well to help you in combat. They have different abilities depending on what sort of animal they are or creature they are. Really, really, really fun. And again, I can see it being the sort that like, I could dip into this just to like, play on my own, or if a bunch of us were interested, I'd be like, this would be fun. And you then could like get into your roles a little bit of like, I want to be the guy who builds everything for us. And like, I want to be the one who goes out and harvests like all our whatever we need, our resources. And then somebody else will be like, I want to go and find treasure. Like, I want to go and find like, rare items for us and stuff like that. And there's like skill. There's not. Again, they were very clear to say like it's not a skill tree thing. It's very much just like you've got this screen which allows you to like slowly unlock new like different type various abilities that aren't about like incremental stat increases. It's not like 5% here, 10% there. It's like no. We want everything to feel like there's a sense of like this is important. This is going to be a big impact on my gameplay and things like that. So that was really fun. Again, looks great as well. Really, really impressed with the visuals. And the premise is interesting because it's the idea that like you're all like young witches and wizards that have been sent out by like your academy in a sense to like visit these islands that are slowly being taken over by like dark magic, and you're obviously trying to push them back and things like that. You're not the first to do it. There are others who used to do it before you. You'll find like the remnants of them, like journals and things like that. But yeah, really, really fun, and I could see that definitely being one where like if you've got other people involved, like that momentum will keep you going and coming back to it and things like that as well, which I thought was really interesting. But yeah, I mean, other than that, does anybody want to shout out anything else, or wrap this up?
I want to ask if Annie looked that up to prove it was a cat.
No, I was just looking at it because I was just looking at it. No, I
Let's
wasn't.
hold that up. Let's hold that up.
I wasn't looking up to prove it was a cat. I was just looking up to see what the actual character looked like.
Tell us down below in the comments. Is that a cat?
Thank you. It could be a green cat.
Is that a cat or a chameleon?
Yes.
We want to know.
I mean, I know it's a chameleon, but it could be a cat. So my glance at it looks like it could be.
Well, we'll wait for the chat to tell us.
Yes, well, we will. On the interview, I'll be like, is it a cat? First question, only question, is it a cat?
That's all I need to know.
But I know that V would probably want to shout out...
Remote control?
No, the Burden Fall.
Burden Fall, you're absolutely right. You know what, V? Would you be happy to cover this one? Because I did not play it, so I can't speak on it for you. I'm happy to take it, and we can edit.
Hello. Can you see me?
You're on.
Yeah, so I just want to call out a game called Burdenfall, which is a roguelike deck builder. So unlike Mark, I love myself a roguelike, especially a roguelike deck builder. But yeah, it's a phenomenal little game where you play almost like a little demon child with a coffin on his back and a little bunny rabbit companion. And as you're going through the dungeon, you encounter different enemies that you have to defeat with your deck. But instead of only having one health bar, you have 7 lives. So your health bar is like 20 hit points, but you have 7 lives. And every time you lose a life, you get something called a tier, which then enemies can use against you. So if they trigger a tier, then it does whatever that specific tier that might be in your deck. You can get up to, well, presumably loads of them, because you start with one, and you can get lives back. But again, every time you lose one, you get a new tier. But it can be that you lose health whenever you eat food. Your little bunny rabbit companion eats food.
Bunny!
Eats its own stuff as it goes up. And it definitely is a bunny, because I know what animals look like.
I know what a bunny looks like.
But and the thing that I really enjoyed about it is the fact that the enemies that you're fighting against also use cards. So unlike, say, the spires and stuff like that, where you just see, oh, they're going to attack for this much, or they're going to do a debuff and stuff like that on you, like the cards that they are going to play against you come up at the top of the screen, and then you can use your cards to mitigate. So there's no defend. When you are defending it, you are mitigating the damage from this card, but there's also termination cards, which you can use. They will remove cards from their hand and exhaust them, get them out of the way, which you can use to, really manipulate the enemy's deck alongside how you're playing the game. It was great towards the end of it, at the end of the demo, because it's all about trauma and grief and the trauma that people might pick up as they grow up. So you start as a child, the first area is called youth, and at the end, when you defeat the boss, who were aptly called mother and father, you then age up. So the second stage of it is you going through like your adolescence and your teenage years. It was super well made, very polished, just the mechanics were great, but also just as a game that is clearly trying to go into things like trauma and grief. The atmosphere was fantastic, the music was wonderful, incredibly mournful, touching, and the developer that we spoke to was great. Really looking forward to it.
Do you want to sign us off?
So I suppose, we've been Gamer Social Club live from London Games Festival New Game Plus. We are going to go and have another beer and then see if we can blag our way into the BAFTAs.
Yeah, we're going to see if we get into the BAFTAs, yeah.
If we can, we'll see you from the BAFTAs, I guess.
We know the guy who made Pool 2.
If not, then we'll see you next week for the podcast, and we'll be back at London Games Festival for New Game Plus again next year. Bye. Hello, we are Gamer Social Club live from Putt Shack in London after the first day of the London Games Festival New Game Plus. This is our lead news editor, Addy, and he's going to tell you about a game that he likes before he hits his ball. Game name now.
Game name now is Les Miserables. Woo!